Hi guys, this video is being made for young players who have a desire to play basketball competitively. I want to share some words of wisdom with you and give you some tips for how to make it. Now listen to me. Your size, how tall you are, the shape of your body, who your parents are, where you come from, who your coaches are, can't be used as excuses. More importantly, if you're going to use any of those, you must use them as fuel to help get you where you want to go. As young players, I think the first thing you must have to be a basketball player, you have to have a desire to play, combined with a desire to practice and a desire to be a student of the game. Now, a lot of young players today don't like to listen. Some of you have gotten parents who have played. Some of you have moms and dads who are coaches who have done a very good job throughout their career of coaching, and they often try to pass on their knowledge to you, and you don't want to listen. Well, there lies a problem. To be successful in any sport, you have to be willing to listen, because the fundamental basics of basketball, football, hockey, tennis, golf, volleyball, it starts with being a student of the game. The Bible talks about it. It says a student cannot be above or like his teacher until he or she has become fully trained. Only until then can they become like their teacher. So in life and in sports, if you want to be a really, really exceptional athlete in any sport, you have to be a good student. Now, I'll tell you this, if you don't like to practice, there lies a problem, because practicing is the key. But before you practice, you've got to get some schooling. As a young player, I was often told by older players, man, we schooled Deon. And you know what? They did. And schooling is good because you get knowledge, you gain experience, and you get lots of lessons from those who have already gone before you, who have had a tremendous amount of success. Now, in life and in sports, if you think that everything you're gonna do in this game is gonna be rosy, it's gonna make you feel good, well, I beg to differ. You have to take the good with the bad and roll with the punches. But more importantly, outside of learning the game and being under good leadership, someone who can teach it, you have to practice it, but then you gotta work on it. But not only just work on the physical elements of the game, which are, how to dribble, how to pass, how to shoot, how to play defense. You have to work on your body. You have to be willing to do things like jump rope. You have to be willing to learn how to get your conditioning up by jogging. As you get older, you can also veer over into, doing some lightweight training to work on your core, your upper and lower body. And then you have to become disciplined and do that on a regular basis. And a lot of people don't tell young people the truth. To make it in youth sports today, you really have to have the basic fundamentals of the game down. And you have to ride on that. You have to roll with that, because those are the things that's going to help get you where you want to go when your athleticism or your first step fails. If you want longevity in this game here, you have to always keep an open mind, and you have to remain coachable. You never know it all, not even myself. I've been in this business now for 40-something years, and I still love it, and I'm still learning. And I love to see people grow. And that's why I promised God many, many years ago when He gave me this opportunity to play the game, and I fell in love with it. I said, oh my gosh, Lord, I'd love to do this forever. You know what? I think when I go to heaven, that's what's going to be my job. I'm going to teach and train, motivate, encourage, inspire, praise players. And we're going to give glory to God. I think that's what I'm going to do in heaven. But right now, I'm on earth. And I want to continue to impress upon each of you how important it is to be committed to what it is you want to do. And stop thinking that it's going to be easy. You only can get better in any sport as the level of competition you play. So if you often play with, non-competitive players, I think it'll be very difficult for you to, do well against competitive players, because you have to learn to. It's a process, and you got to step your game up every day. In life, you have to step your game up. I'm still learning every day. In my spiritual life, I'm learning how to be a better husband, how to be a better dad, a better neighbor, a better friend, a better brother. And I thank God for the opportunity to do that. And then you have to make choices. Most people who know me, they know what I'm about. I love teaching basketball to kids. I love motivating young people. I love encouraging young people and helping to lead them into the area of their giftedness. If they're supposed to be a middle school coach, then I want to help encourage them. If they want to be a high school coach, I want to encourage them. If they want to go and get their doctorate degree, I want to encourage them. And I'm always telling them, in this game called life, if you want to make it, you have to choose to be different. And you have to have a mind of your own and not be a follower of the crowd. It doesn't matter your size. I mentioned this the last couple of days. I was told I was too little forever. I used to hang on monkey bars to try to stretch myself. After a while, a young man came to me and said, it ain't going to happen. You don't have the genes to be 6'10". He said, but if you'll just, change your focus to what your strengths are and not what your deficiencies are, and focus on those things, you'll start to like yourself, and you'll see what lies inside of the gifts of being 5'9". And you know what? I did that. I wouldn't want to be 6'10" for nothing in the world. When I went to the Dallas Mavericks, I was with all these big lumberjacks, these guys from Duke. They were from schools that I saw on ESPN all the time, walking down the hallway as we went to practice. I was the littlest guy, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what? My work ethics far exceeded many of those guys that was in camp. And it told me that the work I put in and was putting in, from as early as being a child through middle and high school, and while at the University of North Texas, that it had value. And I remember John McLeod, my coach with the Mavericks, coming to me after camp and said, Deon, you're one of the toughest, smartest, quickest, fastest young players I've ever coached. He said, there's a place for you in the NBA. Right now, it's just not here. And I remember that story, and I'll never forget it, because I knew that's all I had to do was hear it from a legendary coach. And when I went over to play in Argentina, I was confident, I was assertive, and we won. And I'm so grateful of all the lessons I learned as a child. And right today, I don't care how high you can jump, how fast you can move. I think you have to have a complete game. And it has to be a part of your overall persona, off the court and on the court. And I think it's important that as young players, you have to learn to play with other people. You have to learn to play with the ball and without the ball. You have to learn to play both offense and defense. And each time that you practice, I think you have to compartmentalize your workouts. Meaning, just like a dresser drawer with 12 drawers on it. Well, you pull out one, you work on that area of your game for about 10 minutes, and then push it back in, and then pull out the other, work on that area of your game, and then you push it back in. But I think trying to do too much can cause you to buffer, and that means you're just going in a circle. You're really not making any progress. And sometimes I think that young players try to do too much, and I think that sometimes they practice things that are not helpful in the game, things that you can't use. So again, I want to encourage all young people, if you want to play competitive sports, remain faithful and committed, number one. Stick with it even through the good and not so good moments. Part of youth sports, as you get into a higher degree of competitiveness, is that you're going to face some injuries every now and then. And I'd like to say that you won't, but you will, but they will pass. All you have to do is just get to the right people that can help you get through it, and then do the rehab that they ask you and get back out there and take that you play off pause and get back to work. But one of the things before I leave you, I want to remind all of you young players is this. This game today is full of hype. It's full of showtime. It's full of, he said, she said, things that have no value. And one of the things that I take pride in, and my staff and I do when we train players, is we want to get them built up to where they can do anything they want, go wherever they want, and to the point where they're so confident where no matter who they go, play with or against, when the lights come on, they can perform and produce, because ultimately that's all that matters. And you have to have confidence to do that. But you have to continue to sow into your game. You have to sow. You got to keep adding to your game. You can't get complacent because it's a battlefield. It's symbolic of life, and you're going to always have an obstacle or a group of obstacles coming against you. And they're not meant to harm you. They just come with the territory. So don't bail out. Don't throw your hands up and quit just because you ran into a coach that you don't like or doesn't care for you, or a group of girls or boys that doesn't, fit your personality or your liking. We, as young basketball players, as you get older, for certainly, you have to learn to agree to disagree with people. You have to learn to accept people as they are, and you have to learn to become adaptable to change, because we all come from different backgrounds and different walks of life, I think. But what binds us together, though, is our love and passion for the game. And for me as a player, I love people that work hard. I never wanted players on my team who didn't work hard, who wasn't self-motivated, or self-encouraged. Because if you spend too much time around people that you have to encourage all the time and pick up because, they missed a shot, or they missed a pass, or nobody passed in the ball. Again, if they're going to get down on themselves, they need to go to the bench, because they're going to get your team beat. And when you're training by yourself or with a small group, you have to use those situations that you've seen in games and in practices from other people to motivate you, to grow you to go distant beyond where they are, because you don't really want them to even be in your sight. So I want to encourage you to continue to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are the things that Deon's talking to me about, from his perspective on how to be the best you can be on a national level, not just, in your backyard. You're going to have to play against competition from different areas of our state, and sometimes nationally, if you wish to play competitively. And it gets tougher, and so you have to continue to work towards those increasing goals. And I also ask you to write down goals. What do you want to get accomplished this summer? What do you want to get accomplished through your workouts? What do you want to get accomplished, want to play for this team or that team. You know, is a coach for you or against you? If a coach is against you and they're not going to allow you to do anything, you probably ought to find a different team that's going to allow you to work and grow. Because I always say, if you don't play in the summer on a team that you're having to practice against, you're probably sitting on the bench and needing the experience in game time. It's not going to help you get better. I think that sometimes practicing with a team only can help, but it only helps to some degree. But if you're in need of game time, you need to get to a team that will allow you to do things that you need to strengthen, as well as allow you to make some mistakes without holding it against you or demeaning you to the degree with words that makes you lose your confidence. I've had both sides. I've seen both sides of life to where 90% of my life I was built up, and then the 10% was just kind of something that needed to happen, and it happened, but I failed at it. I was always used to being motivated and encouraged by my coaches, and later on in life I experienced a situation that wasn't to my liking, but I took part of the blame, and later on when I grew and developed thick skin and tough skin, words didn't bother me. I mean, you could get this close to me and say whatever you want to say, and when it's done, I'm like, okay, coach, I got it. I'm going to go take it out on my opponent, not you. And I learned that sometimes when coaches talk to you, it's so easy as a young player to take things the wrong way. And I did that once upon a time in my career too, but I overcame it. And one of the things I think you have to be and have attributes you got to have to be an exceptionally good athlete, is you have to be relentless in your ability to want competition. You have to be relentless in your work ethics. You have to be relentless in having a passion to work with diligence, with a degree of excellence in practice. And some players just go to practice and never ask themselves, what did I improve on today? And for me, I've always asked that, even today when I go to the gym, and I ask myself, what did I learn today? What did I work at today that made me a better person, a better player, a better teacher, a better leader? Because even the men and women who I hire to come on and be a part of my team, I draft them. I bring them in and I draft them. They're my first round draft picks. And I say, hey, listen, winning basketball is about winning championships. We're not about winning district and conference. It's about championships. And in an organization, I make it known that B games get you fired. So you have to be personally responsible for taking care of yourself and your business. And you have to give people your best, because when you give people your best, whatever you reap, that's what you will sow. And throughout my entire life and everything that I do, I give people my best. I like to stay late until the job gets done with any player. And it's not just physical. Sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes it's mental. You have to talk players through things and listen to them, because they go through things and they need some of your insight. And so I don't want people to think that becoming an exceptional athlete, student athlete, because education it's vitally important. Without it, you can't play sports, and let's just face it. But I think you have to work at it, and I think that it takes commitment and sacrifice. And however, if you want to grow your passion, you grow your passion for anything by working hard in a consistent manner with a high degree of excellence, and you do it over and over and over and over until you get it. And then, lastly, you entrust it